asleep, how do we stay asleep, and problems that lack of sleep will cause us. Sleep is one of the most important things that our body needs to recuperate, to heal itself, to regenerate itself. It varies on how much sleep people need, basically between 6 and 9 hours of good quality sleep. If you're not sleeping properly, you'll build up what's called a sleep deficit. Okay, and then all of a sudden, one day you'll just collapse and you'll sleep for days, or be really tired, and that's when you have to pay it back. But poor sleep really does a lot of negative things to your body. Okay, it weakens your immune system. Studies show that it causes accelerated tumor or cancer growth. Okay, when your body is resting, it shuts off certain systems, and other systems become active. Okay, your thyroid gland works basically from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m., and that's when it's making all of your thyroid hormone. And that's why people that tend to get leg cramps at 3 or 4 in the morning is because of the thyroid deficiency. Your thyroid runs mainly on calcium and magnesium. And calcium and magnesium, as you'll see, is one of the most important things you need to help get you sleep. There are basically two categories of sleep problems. Those that can't fall asleep, and those that are always nodding off and can't stay asleep. Okay. So let's talk about first, ones who can't get to sleep. You're tossing, you're turning, you're laying there, and this is usually because of an overactive nervous system. You've had too much stimulation during the day, you've had too much stimulation in the evening prior to going to sleep. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of go through a list of things that we need to do in order to ensure that we're going to have a better night's sleep. One of the things, poor sleep will also, push you in a pre-diabetic state because it really screws up your blood sugar, really fluctuates throughout the night. It will really cause memory problems. Okay, if you didn't get a good night's sleep, you're pretty foggy the next day and not remembering much. And so it's really important to rest your brain. So let's start with things to help you fall asleep. One of the most important things in order to go to sleep is being in complete darkness. Okay? See, our internal clocks are sensitive to light. So if you get some light that stimulates your optic nerve, which will then stimulate your pituitary gland and then wake you up. So one of the things that you have to have is really complete darkness in your room. So you need to close the blinds, you need to get rid of the night lights, okay? You need to turn your clock so you can't see the light from it and you're not looking at the clock. You need to get rid of the TV in your bedroom. Okay? So one of the easiest ways to ensure total darkness is get those little sleep pads that you put on your face. Okay? That really blocks out all the light and helps you to stay asleep. So one of the things you also want to make sure you do is if you have to get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, don't put a light on. Okay? Ooh. Make sure you got a clear path to the bathroom before you get into bed. One of the things you want to make sure you do is go to the bathroom before you get into bed. This will ensure that you probably may make it through the night without not having to get up to go to the bathroom. One of the most things that's going to cause you to have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, don't drink water right before bed. Okay, don't drink anything a couple hours before bed. Do not have any carbohydrates or sugars. They cause you to urinate more frequently. So darkness is very important. The temperature of your room, okay, should not be above 70 degrees. Right? Your body lowers your body temperature when you're sleeping. And it helps to put you to sleep. So if your room's too warm, you're going to warm, your body temperature is going to stay up. It's going to be harder to stay asleep. So keeping it nice and cold in there is good. Okay? electromagnetic fields, you get a little Gauss meter. They, this is electromagnetic fields affect your body's production of melatonin and serotonin, which are the chemicals that put your brain to sleep. Okay? So if you got high tension wires like running through your property, those are not good things. Or if the electricity comes into your house on your bedroom side, it's probably not a good place to have your bed. Another really important thing is what direction does the head of your bed face? Is it north or south? Okay? North is true magnetic north. Okay? And if your bed faces north, you will sleep much better. If your bed faces south, you are going to toss and turn and not sleep very well. So try this, okay? If your bed faces south, sleep upside down tonight. Okay? And sleep with your head at the foot of the bed. See if that makes a difference. And if it does, you need to turn the bed so that the headboard is pointing north. Okay? That is something that is so true. I learned about that years ago, and I would sometimes want to sleep if I was traveling with my head at the foot of the bed. I never understood that. I realized it, and we make sure that we try to put our bed on the north or northwest side of the room. Okay, it does make a difference. As screwy as it sounds. Okay. Folks, get your alarm clocks and any electrical devices that have light or emit electromagnetic fields as far away from your body as possible, at least 3 feet. If you start to sleep properly, you won't really need an alarm clock to get up. Okay? The light will wake you up. Okay? You'll get into what's called a natural circadian rhythm. Okay? And so you're going to want to go to bed the same time every night and get up the same time every day. And don't sleep, try and stay in bed later on the weekends. Just always go to bed at the same time and always get up at the same time. If you're having sleep problems. One of these people who just can sleep anywhere, then this is a class for you anyway. But if you're having problems sleeping, you need your body are creatures of habit. They have certain rhythms that are hormonal. And so we need to try and go in and avoid them. You want to avoid loud, obnoxious alarm clocks. Things that will wake you up suddenly. Okay? That really disrupts your sleeping habits. Get into a normal sleep habit, like I said, you'll wake up and then get rid of your TV. Your bed is for sleeping. It's not for watching TV. It's not for reading. Okay? One of the worst things, if you want to read before bed, it's not generally a good idea. Don't read things that are exciting or suspenseful or drama. Read things that are boring. Read cooking magazines. Well, Melissa, that would put people awake.
That's exciting for Melissa.
Okay. But it's generally not a good thing to do to read before bed. Yes, it may make you sleepy because the eye movement and the eye strain of reading, but it's going to stimulate your brain with a lot of thinking. So all of a sudden, you're having these dreams that kind of correlated to what you read and things like that. It stimulated your brain. You don't get into stage 4 deep sleep. If you sleep with somebody that snores or is tossing and turning and disruptful, okay, I hate to say this one, but consider separate bedrooms. A lot of people do nothing right now, but she can sometimes play a symphony at night when she's sleeping, and I'll go to the guest room. And the next morning she'll go, I was, and I go, well, you were. You want to disrupt her sleep. Going to bed earlier is important. Probably, most of us here, us farmers, I'm up at 5:30, so 10 o'clock is go to bed and wake up at the same time. Certain of your body's part, the organs of your bodies, like I said, do certain things at night that they don't do during the day, because during the day your body has to send all that energy and fuel to other organs to work them. So one of the things is like your gallbladder dumps all its toxins out at night when you're sleeping. But it's only going to do it if you're sleeping, and it generally does it between 11 and 1. So if you're staying up too late, then you're going to build up toxicity in your body.
What happens if you don't have a gallbladder?
Your gallbladder, I should have said that, your liver is dumping its toxins. It's just going through your gallbladder, so if you don't have a gallbladder, it's just bypassing it and dumping it into your intestine. All right? Like I said, don't change your bedtime, try to go to sleep same time, especially, don't change on weekends. Establish a routine. Certain things that you do, maybe you meditate. Okay, aromatherapy is really great for stimulating sleep. Okay, good smells. And I go over some. Lavender is definitely one of them. If you can get your partner to massage your neck or your shoulders, that helps with the essential oils. Don't drink any fluids 2 hours before you go into bed, because we don't want to have to wake up and go to the bathroom. Eat a high protein snack. What happens is you fall asleep, and then 2 or 3 hours later you're waking up, okay? Or in the middle of the night you wake up, and then you kind of wake it up, tossing and turning. What's happening is when you eat a carbohydrate, like a piece of fruit, some crackers, okay, any type of thing that converts to sugar easily, it's going to stimulate your blood sugar, and you're going to have a peak, and then you're going to have a drop. And when you have the drop, your body's hungry, and it gets disrupted in your sleep, and it's going to wake you up, and often, you can go and have a glass of milk or something and go back to sleep because your blood sugar's low. So what we want to have is a high protein snack. Some nuts, a hard-boiled egg, some cheese, something that is going to digest slower so that your blood sugar remains more level and it doesn't drop during the night. Okay, so protein is going to digest 3 times slower than carbohydrate. So have a snack before bed. Like I said, avoid the grains and sugars. This causes your blood sugar change. A hot bath, shower, or a sauna will help to relax you. Okay, some sweating, because then your body temperature is going to lower. You're going to get that cold room. Some people often, their feet are very cold at night when they're sleeping, and that's uncomfortable, and it's discomfort, and it's just something to stimulate your brain, and it's a noxious stimuli, so wear socks. I know a person that cannot wear socks when they sleep. Some people can. An eye mask, like we talked about, is very important because it's really important to block out light. Okay? No work before bed. Okay? That totally stimulates your brain, totally stresses you out, because then if you didn't finish it, you're going, oh my God, I finished my work before tomorrow, and that's the last thought that's in your brain before you went to sleep. And so that's going to keep you awake because you didn't do something. Listen to relaxing CDs. Water rushing, waves, these different sleep relaxation techniques. They work. Okay? There's no light to them like the TV. Okay? Get something that you can put on a timer that shuts off in 10 minutes or so, and they help really good. Like I said, don't read mystery or suspense novels. Read something spiritual or uplifting. Drugs. Okay? A lot of drugs are going to cause sleep problems. So you might want to look at some of the medication. If you're having sleep problems, Google your medication and look at the side effects and see if some of it is sleep, causes problems with disrupting sleep. The lack of sleep is far detrimental than maybe what that simple medication that causes a sleep problem is helping. Okay? Because like I said, loss of sleep is really going to shorten your life, and kill you, and it's going to let all bad things happen. Alcohol. Okay? Alcohol will make you sleepy, but it doesn't allow you to get into stage 4 sleep. does allow you to get into a deep sleep. So having that cocktail before bed is not a good idea. It's okay to have wine with your dinner, I always do, it helps with your digestion. But avoid, white wines, avoid things that have a lot of sugar in them. Exercise, okay? Exercise is very important to helping you fall asleep. I don't mean you need to exercise before bed, but you need to exercise every day. You need to walk, okay? I know my feet and I walk all day long, so I don't have to get up and walk for 30 minutes. Those of you that sit all day long in a job need to get up and walk for 30 or 45 minutes, okay? Really helps your body to relax, really helps to get rid of a lot of toxins. Excess weight, okay? If we're overweight, oftentimes it's going to give us sleep apnea. We're going to have difficulty breathing when we lay down, okay? And that's going to help to keep us awake. Okay. Your adrenals and your thyroid are probably the two biggest organs in your body that are involved in sleep. Okay? Your adrenals regulate your blood sugar. So if you're a person that's having problems with staying asleep, that's got to do with your adrenal glands. So, those pretty much everybody in here has seen me for enzyme work, and the adrenal formula is one that really helps people stay asleep. So it might be something you want to try. The other one is the thyroid formula, which is basically calcium and magnesium. You don't want to take calcium by itself, okay? You should take a calcium magnesium supplement. Make sure it has some enzymes in it to help you absorb it, okay? Or you can get one from us. But they're very good combinations to help you get asleep. The other one that is important, that you haven't found anything that works for you, try melatonin, okay? Now, you do not want to take, usually they're 1 milligram or 2 milligram caps, okay? You're not to exceed 3 milligrams in a 24-hour period. It will really fog up your brain. But melatonin may help you. We're trying to, the things I thought about the darkness and things like that help your body to produce melatonin, but maybe you just don't produce enough. So that's one sleep aid that works pretty good, like most foods that have that in them.
Joe, are you saying that the thyroid enzymes that you give out, that has the magnesium in
That's
it?
calcium, magnesium in it.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And when you're deficient in it, one of the classic things that you're going to have is leg cramps at night, especially around 4 in the morning.
But if I'm taking them and still am getting leg cramps.
Then maybe you're not taking enough, or it's going to be dehydration. But usually it's 2 before bed and 2 first thing in the morning.
Oh, you just had me doing it.
Why I had
Okay.
you cut back. So if I cut you back, I try to always be cost effective. If we get by with 2, I'd much rather see,
2
leg.
rather than none.
But if we cut back from 4 to 2 and the leg cramps start coming back, then you're requiring more and you need that dose in the morning to replenish. The first dose is going to kind of give your thyroid what it needs to do its job overnight and make it normal. If it runs out and it's still functioning, you're going to get the leg cramp. So the other thing is to replace it in the morning. Okay, and so that's why we take it morning and night. Foods that'll help you. Wild lettuce. Okay, it is very good in calming restlessness, reducing anxiety. It helps suppress restless leg syndrome. If one of the problems you have if you sleeping is because your legs are jumping around, you have restless leg syndrome, that's a parasympathetic response, and that's called the para formula, the Ramjaws. And that is, again, another calcium issue, not so much related to magnesium as there's other herbs involved.
So Dr. Joe, can you give a definition of wild lettuce? Are you talking more of like organic lettuce, non-GMO?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Any lettuce other than iceberg, which is basically water inside a green bag. The more varieties that you have, the better. The more Like I always say, the more, all the colors of the wind. You know, spring lettuce mix is a great choice. Okay, so have salad with them. Hops. Hops is very, has some melatonin in there. You
Hops?
don't need to get
Is that
your
what beers
hops from
made
beer
from?
though, because the
What?
alcohol is not gonna help you sleep. Okay, maybe you could make a hops tea or something. Aromatherapy we talked about, this is really good. You ever notice like you go for a massage, I guess I'm smelling, it's really relaxing. Lavender is a great one. So get like a lavender, what do you call them, sachet or something and hang that by your bed or your bedroom, you know, a bowl of lavender oil under your nose or something. In anatomy, we used to put Vicks under our nose. Because when you're dissecting old dead people, they smell pretty bad. Again,
Did that when I was a
melatonin.
child.
Helps come across here. Yoga and meditation are very good. Okay, so get with Miss Melissa, the yoga instructor. Take one of her yoga classes. You know, let her teach you some poses that you can relax in. It's very important that you relax and unwind a little bit before you get in bed. I would say probably the biggest problem that most of us have is too much TV right up into bedtime. You need a chance to like unwind. Okay. Read something boring. The amino acid L-theanine, Theanine. Okay. This helps to boost
Yep,
your
when?
deep sleep. Alright? You want to take 50 to 200 milligrams at bedtime.
What was that again? I'm sorry.
L, capital L dash theanine, Theanine. The amino acid that helps with deep sleep. Valerian root. Okay, if you're an insomniac and you know you just can't fall asleep, valerian root will help you to decrease the activity of your brain. We have two formulas at the office. One is called Calm CLM that has valerian root in it. That's something if you're kind of like that ultra A-type personality with the overactive nervous system, that's something you take throughout the day to kind of keep you mellow, and a few extra at night. Then we have another formula called SLP, sounds like sleep. That combines the adrenal formula, the thyroid formula, and the calm formula. So pretty much covers all the things that could go wrong with sleep. We always find some people that it doesn't work for, and the ones that I find that it doesn't work for are just too stressed out. And they're just got too much going on in days, and I think meditation, okay? You really just gotta clear your brain, okay? And get some junk out of it and, you know, have happy sleep thoughts. Okay. So those are kind of blew through it tonight. But let's get to questions. None?
Well, it's not a question, but I found that I can't sleep.
Did I miss?
But when I take sleep pills, just all naturally alert, I can go to sleep just like that.
Right, high protein. Okay, usually if you're awake, you know, you're tired, you fall right asleep, and then you wake up, those are low blood sugars, and you don't have enough calories in your body to stay asleep. So that's really important for you to eat something high protein. Okay, so some non-fat yogurt, you know, a little bit of fruit, and you know, is okay. It helps you absorb the protein. Still go crazy on it, whole flavor, but you know, my thought is to stay away from the sugar as much as possible. You know, a tablespoon of almond butter, okay, will help a lot. A handful of almonds, a hard-boiled egg. Okay, anything that's high in protein, low in carbs.
How many milligrams of L-theanine and valerian?
50 to 200 on the L-theanine. Valerian root, probably about the same. Excuse me, valerian root is 200 to 800 milligrams.
talk a little bit about structure, Dr. Joe, and making sure you hit on calories, making sure you have enough calories during the day. Structure as far as eating, snacks, and then also tracking your sleep, like the Fitbits that keep track of
Okay,
that.
one of the things is to journal, okay? So kind of like write down what you ate that day, and then write down how well you slept. And do that for a week. And see, okay, the nights I slept bad, what did I eat? We'll be glad to look at it for you once you journal it and see if there's some triggers in there. Okay? And what I eat these days that I slept better. Okay? What, it's going to be a lot to do with what you had to do. So that's your last meal. The other most important thing is your sleep posture. Okay? Many of us wake up because we're hurting. Okay? Because of the position, my shoulder, my hip, my this. All right. So, one of the things you ought to make sure is that you have a good bed. It has to be firm. I think pillow tops are bad. Too soft. And I cannot sleep on a pillow top. It kills me. I have a very firm mattress. So when you're looking for a mattress, there's a couple things. One, you want to make sure that it has enough springs in it. Okay? The cost of a mattress is based on how much steel is inside it. Okay? So they had these cushy pillow tops to make it fully and stuff like that. Well, that doesn't cost anything. So when you look at mattresses, they're going to have a coil count. Right? And there's an industry standard. So the minimum you want to have is a 660 coil count. Better is a 770. Then it goes to 880, and then the highest is a 990. Okay. That's what that means is there's an industry size, and that's how many coils are in that area. Okay. So the more coils, the more support. The other thing you want to find out is what is the gauge, the thickness of the steel of the coils. Okay? So you want, most of them, your cheaper beds are going to be 16 gauge. That's a very thin piece of steel that's wrapped around. You want something that's 10 to 12. When you walk into a mattress store, you start asking them these questions, and we actually we designed the mattress years ago for the perfect sleep. And so at that time, our mattress was a 770. Okay, it had a 10 gauge steel. The other thing you want to have is because a lot of us sleep with a partner, okay, is you want to have what's called a foam encased bed. Okay, and that's a wall system around your springs. Because you don't sleep in the middle of the bed when you're sleeping with somebody, you sleep on the sides. Well, what happens is that they don't put springs next to the outer edge because they'll punch a hole into the ticking, it's called. Okay? So did you ever sit on the edge of a bed and it just collapsed? That's a bed that doesn't have a foam encased wall system around it. Okay? And that keeps your springs from wearing out. So these are things that, one, increase the longevity of your bed. Okay? So you might pay a little bit more in the beginning, but it's going to last twice as long as the bed that's cheaper. So the foam encasing is real important, and you can tell by either side of the bed you're going to feel a wall there. Whereas if you push it in, it's just fabric, okay, and you can eventually feel springs, or sit on the side of it and it doesn't collapse. Well, you're usually sleeping on the edge of the bed, so half of it's like your body's not supported. The other really important thing is to turn your mattress, okay, every 2 months. What happens is that now they're making one-sided mattress. What we would do is flip it side to side and spin it end to end. Okay? And you want to do that every 2 months because, believe it or not, you create a little depression in the bed, and that really wreaks havoc on your spine. And if you're uncomfortable and in pain, you're not going to sleep very well. Okay? So no pillow tops, a good coil count, thick gauge steel, and a foam encased mattress. Okay? And make sure if it doesn't flip, if it's one-sided, like there's only quilting on one side, the other side smooth, that's a non-flip mattress, you still have to spin it head to head because you created depression. Okay? What we did was, when we designed the mattress, we made beefier springs in the middle, okay, because that's where all our body weight is, okay, and lighter springs at the edges, at the ends, top and bottom.
Oh, what do you think about an adjustable bed mattress?
It's, they're okay, but still you wanna make sure that it's got good support. So sometimes when you make them adjustable, they have to weaken them so they can bend them. The other thing that you wanna see is, do this, you know, a lot of them, they have a spring that runs across and top to bottom that ties all the springs together so they don't separate.
Mine are individual, each coil is individually wrapped,
Right.
so it can move and, it's a Stearns and Foster. So I thought I was getting a good.
Right, well then, the problem is that the name of the mattress doesn't mean, the maker of the mattress doesn't mean anything. Okay? They're all usually made by one company and then they put their label on it. Okay, I know this because my friends owned what was called the International Bedding Corporation. Okay, and that's who we worked with to design this bed. It's called Doctor's Choice. And so they make all the mattresses for everybody else. You know, Sears or the stores, and you know, they have theirs, and they just throw the labels on there. And so it used to be that, you know, you could trust a Sealy or you could trust that, but they got 20 different levels of mattresses. And usually you don't want the one that's the most expensive. Okay? I mean, they got beds that come out of England are $10,000 for hand stuff. Okay? And you know, they're not that good, but you want to find something strong. The sleep number beds, I've only slept on them a couple times in a hotel. I don't think they're that bad. But you know, it's probably not a bad thing if you have two people that are really different in the way they sleep. But firmness is the most important. Okay? If your bed, when you're laying on it, has the slightest bit of indent, and it's really going to wreak havoc on your spine in 8 hours. The next most important thing, or the most important thing that makes up, you know, for a bed is your sleep posture. Okay? Most of us like to sleep in the half stomach, half side position like this. So we get one arm up under the pillow, which will destroy your shoulder over time, because your shoulder's not made to carry your body weight. So you need to sleep with a closed armpit, okay, arm at your side, sleep either in fetal position, and then you want to make sure the most important thing too is your pillow, okay? The pillows most people sleep on are too big, and they're made of foam rubber, which is the worst, because when you lay down, you want something that's just going to cradle your head. Foam rubber pushes back against your head all night. So if I'm laying on my side, I don't want my neck like this, because I'm going to have one heck of a stiff neck, okay? I don't want my neck like this. I want it kind of in a neutral position. So what you want is a feather pillow, okay? And if you're allergic to feather pillows, get a hypoallergenic feather pillow. But you want your pillow to be able to mold to you, okay? The most common thing I see with people that have neck problems when they sleep, and then that causes them to sleep poorly, is they sleep on a contour pillow. Okay? The worst invention ever made. Sounds so good. They're going to put that curve back in your neck. How many people in here sleep on their back the entire night? Nobody. Okay? Well, that's where it curves. When you lay on your back, here's your head, and your spine does that. Okay? And so that would support it. However, if this way, my spine is straight. So if I sleep on that contour on the side of my neck, I'm putting a curve in my neck all the way on. I'm really going to hurt my neck. Okay? And so many people do. The other thing that you tend to do is you put your arm up under the pillow. And this will put pressure on your jaw all night and give you TMJ, because what happens is you fall asleep and the relaxing way, just slide that jaw right out of there, and that's the only joint that is in your skull that's around your brain. So it's really, if you put stress on your TMJ, it's really going to affect your sleep. Okay? So we want to do the fetal position, ideally sleep on your back, take the pillow, kind of slide under your head a little bit. I had the worst case of insomnia when I was in college. It was like, it got really bad. Like, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, and I was like, and the more I tried to deal with it, the worse it got. And it was really, it screwed me up. You know, oh God, I couldn't function during the day. So what I used to do was, I used to put my hands across my chest, and I used to listen to my breathing, you know, and I used to use my breathing to be like my meditation, like the clock. And that was kind of relaxing, okay? Trying to slow down your heart rate, okay? Trying, you know, deep, short, not short breaths, but slow down your rate of breathing. And slow, breathe out. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, most of us are mouth breathers. Then you don't get a very deep breath. So just try taking 10 breaths where you're in through your nose. See, I'm putting Mary to sleep. Okay. Most of you have been taught the breathing exercise. Okay? That's a great thing to do right before bed. Right? It stimulates your lymphatic system, gets everything pumping, all the garbage out, helps to filter out the toxins that are around your brain and your spinal fluid. Okay? That's it. Sleep posture is real important. Do not sleep on your stomach. Okay? That is the worst. Okay? Don't teach your baby to sleep on its stomach. Alright? That is the #1 cause of SIDS. You know that?
Yes.
Okay, because they get their face buried in there and they breathe. It was kind of interesting. When we had Taylor our first, I was looking in the, you ever notice the baby will, he'll crawl and he'll get his head against something? Okay? And that's because, it was comfortable in being in the womb. That's why dogs always sleep against the wall. Okay? Feels like they're in the womb, feels like they're with mom. Right? They sell this cotton head shape, I forget what it's called, it's like a block of memory foam. And it has little stuff on its own skid, and it helps them shape their head. And it gives them pressure against the top of their head. And so we got one from Taylor on Amazon. She was the worst sleeper. And it was amazing, man. She just like would screw up right in that little pillow with her head, and then she'd sleep all night. So it was really a pretty cool thing. Baby superstore or something like that. Be able to have them. It's kind of like, it's just got a shape of the head. It's square, and then the head is down. It's about 3 or 4 inches thick.
Is that half adults?
Try it. A little feather pillow up there, a little pressure on your head. Probably would, our necks aren't as flexible as little babies. You have to find a better spot. Okay.
For side sleepers, should we put some type of pillow between our kneecaps?
Very good. Okay?
I won't
Yes,
stay.
if you sleep on your side and your knees come together like this, it puts a lot of strain on your sacral area. So just opening them up a little bit, okay, helps to keep your lower back in alignment. And 2, if you've got to do one of these things, then you twist it all in, okay? And should you really fall sound to sleep, then you wake up and you're stiff and your back's hurting you because you fall asleep in a bad position.
How wide should the pillow be, or should it be soft?
Just a couple inches. They even sell ones that are cut out. They look like an hourglass. I guess a reverse hourglass. And they're made to go. We used to sell them in the office when we were in Florida. We've never done it here. But they're made to go right between your knees. And they're real comfortable, and that's an excellent idea. Forgot about that. You just got to get in a posture that's not going to cause your body that it can rest. And it's not going to get stressed, because that's another big reason people wake up. Okay? Obviously, people wake up because your shoulders are killing you. Okay? Because you're doing this. Okay? Your arm is not made to be up like this. It cuts off all the nerves in your neck. Okay? It puts a lot of stress on your rotator cuff, so closed armpits. Okay.
I find that sleeping on a hard surface, I get terrible hip pain, and then I'm flipping all night, trying to get away from the pain, whereas the pillow top, I don't have any pain.
Well, if that helps you, I mean, some people, you know, people with spine problems generally, the depression of the pillow top is too much. I was having a lot of hip pain sleeping. Okay, this was about 6 or 8 months ago. I'm telling you, man, it was hurting. I couldn't sleep. I mean, it was like all night. And I had had the horse accident where I had my pelvis crushed, and he landed on my hip. I started thinking, oh man, 5 years later, he did some damage to my hip socket. It's wearing out. Then, you know, I tossed and turned. Well, one night, in the middle of the night, I woke up like with eureka, and I'm going, wait a minute, I'm laying on my right side, and my left hip is hurt. So I don't think it's my hip side. So my wife has obviously been around me long enough, and she said, well, why don't you try wearing one of the choking belts? That's what you tell the patients to do.
Do what?
And so
To
it's,
do
like,
what?
it's a little trochlear belt we have in the office. They're about 2.5 3 inches wide. They help hold your take your legs together. So I put that on, and I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, wow, I didn't have one pain. I slept the whole night straight through. One, because I hadn't slept in one. And I started wearing that belt every night. I had absolutely no hip pain. So
Trochanter belt, so it's across the trochanter then.
goes across the trochlears and holds your sides together. And it's kind of elastic. You know, it doesn't have to be very tight. And it really doesn't bother you when you're sleeping. I wore it all the time. Melissa wears it when she drives long distances because your sacral legs will come apart when you're sleeping. Because they're locked when you're standing and they get relaxed when you're sleeping. And that's why you spread your knees apart. That helps to keep the sacral legs in alignment. But if your hips hurt, you try the trochanter belt. Trochanter. Trochanter. Those are those little bones you feel sticking out the side of it. Those are part of the trochanter. You can wear a girdle.
Oh, really?
If anyone still has one, you know, or thick neoprene shorts. But the trochanter belt's easier because the other things are hard to pee at in the middle of the night. Any other questions? Hot flashes. Okay. Hot flashes are due to a protein deficiency, most likely. Okay. So if you're getting them, you need to have some protein before you go to bed. Be it eggs or nuts.
How much?
Probably 30 grams or so. Non-fat plain Greek yogurt would suffice, a cup of that. Okay. You certainly don't have a weight problem, so error on the side of eating more. Okay. You may have the temperature in your bedroom too warm. Try going colder.
How long till you should see a change?
You should see a change pretty quickly. And see, then, if it doesn't change, it's pretty much always a protein deficiency. So you might not have the ability to digest and absorb protein. So then you may need to be taking certain digestive enzymes when you eat so that you get protein. If you go to your belly button, okay, and slide down about an inch below it, and then kind of curl your fingers so you come up underneath your belly button, do that when you're laying down. If that's really sore, your protein. Or it feels hard, okay, that's where your the reflex is for protein. The other one's in your jaw. So if you've got a lot of TMJ or jaw issues, that's a classic sign that you're protein deficient. But
What would cause you to be if you do have a protein breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
if you're having protein lunch and dinner, you're still having hot flashes. You're not digesting or absorbing the protein. Okay. But if you've got that tenderness underneath your belly button, that is absolutely protein deficient. It's easier to do when you're laying down. The abdominal muscles are relaxed.
You suggest walking 30 to 45 minutes prior to bed.
Not necessarily prior to bed, but every day.
How much? How?
No, I'm saying if you walk 35, 45 minutes in the morning, it's going to help you sleep at night. Exercise is very important.
You didn't mean like 3 hours before bed.
No. You don't do it in the evening, you know, and some people are morning people. I'm a morning person. That's when I do my exercise. But exercise before bed, and it won't hurt you, you know. Sometimes though, I know after I exercise, I'm jacked up. Okay, that really gets me going, so it wouldn't want to be something I'll do before bed. But it is important for you to do every day to get your body to relax and not go through these constant highs and lows. That's what makes it difficult to sleep.
If your brain is going and going and going and you can't turn it off, what do you do to turn your brain off?
Meditation, do yoga. You gotta just clear it out, okay? You could sit there, one of the things I would do is I would just think of blue sky with no clouds and just breathe nice and slow and just clear it. You just gotta get away from thinking, you know? Don't think about your little doggy, don't think about the kids, don't think about the grandkids, don't think about what didn't get done today or what I have to do tomorrow. You gotta think about nothing. So for me, I used to just think of blue sky. It was a trick I learned in meditation. You know. Look up some meditation techniques. That will really help. You need to really relax your brain. If you're one that can't fall asleep, that's because your brain is too active. If you're one that can't stay asleep, that's more got to do with your thyroid and your adrenals and your diet. Okay, generally speaking. No coffee, no caffeine, no chocolate, no soda. Okay? Those are all things forget it. You have that, you know, anytime. I only have coffee in the morning. Tea contains a lot of coffee. Now you can get chamomile tea or some of these calming teas, you know, they may help you. Just make sure there's no caffeine in it. Because caffeine is a huge sensitivity. You may need some melatonin to help you block out your brain, but I would try meditating first. Okay? Just get away from him, get away from the TV, go somewhere it's quiet, and just clear your brain. And then go to bed once you're clear. Okay? Melatonin is something that's like, you don't want to overdo it. It can really, someone had sent me when I was going through chemo, melatonin will negate the effects of chemo, and you know, it was this life extension down in Florida. There tend to be a lot of BS to all the stuff they put out. It said take 25 milligrams or micrograms. And so I went, and every one I looked at were like 1 milligram. The most I found anywhere was 3 milligrams, and it said not to exceed 1 tablet in a 24-hour period. I'm like, they only take 25? So I asked some friends of mine that were naturopaths, and they're like, I've never heard anybody taking that much. Well, where do you know? I'm like, okay, you know, so I tried it. But when I got to 9, I couldn't function. I could not literally move. I was catatonic. I thought it was the chemo and the radiation that built up on me. I mean, I'd lay on the couch and I'd have to pee. It'd be like 3 hours before I could get up and go. And so guys were, oh, I'm gonna go to treatment. I used to go by myself up to Knoxville for the week and get my treatments and then come back home. I'm not allowed to drive. So I stopped the melatonin. In 2 days, I was like back to normal. So you got to really watch with that one. It's strong. Okay. Tryptophan is another one that was used for years. Okay, it's kind of, I'm not even sure you can buy it anymore because
there was
a big controversy about what it was causing. It's in milk. That's why warm milk was always a good thing to help you go to sleep. Okay, it has tryptophan in it. So that's something you can drink in the middle of the night if you wake up for some, you know, protein and some calories and help you go to sleep.
How about someone who has much less than optimal conditions to go to sleep? How about if they got noise they can't put a stop to that's
Earplugs.
outside?
Earplugs.
What happens, and of course I realize that we need some little tricks to help us cope with this. Earplugs don't knock out all noise. Anything else you would suggest in the way of?
My son-in-law's got these ones from the military. They block out everything.
Is that right?
These good rubber. They're like rubber, kind of. They're stepped.
Mm-hmm.
Will fit. I would do something like the meditation music or relaxing music of water running or something like that to block out the obnoxious noise. It's a noise that is relaxing. try that. I know sometimes in your apartment, there's people up above you and they're trampling and making noise, it makes it hard. So I try the earplugs, you know, or try some background music, or you can get one of those little, waterfall things, the Japanese little things you plug in and kind of runs that all night. Your body will get used to that, and that won't be obnoxious or a bad stimuli. If you're relaxing stimuli, it may keep hearing down over the other place.
Ringing ears.
Ringing ears, that's a tough one. Okay? We're gonna kind of ordered, I think now. One patient found some product that they used, it took them like 6 months, but it really helped. Okay? Ringing ears, sometimes I can help by adjusting your ears, and of course, it never worked on my wife, for figures, right? And so ringing ears can be a tough one. Like I said, what I would do with that is I would try and find some noise stimuli that'll relax you and maybe overpower your brain hearing the ringing. Certainly not earplugs, that'll make it loud.
I was on medication several years ago that was one of the side effects, ringing in the ears. And when I realized that was a side effect, got rid of med, no more ringing in the ears.
Yeah, I mean, really check your medications, because there are so many side effects. They're going to say rarely causes, well, you know what? It caused it in somebody or they wouldn't list it. So, you know, if it's 1% and you're that 1%, it's 100%. You know, it's something that's not worth it, because sleep is the most important thing you need to get. Any other ones?
What about, it seems like everybody you talk to is on a sleep apnea machine.
Yeah, I mean, that's for breathing, and then I think they cause, you could do it, have a sleep test, and see how many times you stop breathing, okay, and do it. The dentists now have one that's not as cumbersome as the other one. I know my brother found out he stops breathing 300 times a night. There's been polyps and stuff in his nose. And he uses a sleep apnea machine, and he says it's really helped. I got definitely the same way. People that snore, you know, it's not. I'm not against them, but I'd like to find out why, you know, get to the cause of what it is, which is usually weight, and it's usually poor diet habits.
He's got one and it helps with the white noise you were talking about, because it makes a noise. But
It might be okay for him, but then that's what's keeping you awake. So you guys are heading to the separate bedroom.
No, it's when he blows the air on my neck, that's what bothers me.
No.
I got a certain way that thing got dissolved.
Yeah, it's
That's
yeah.
air.
Might be time for that separate bedroom. Might save the marriage.
We were talking about not
Yeah, I
teaching,
had.
we were talking about not teaching Eli to sleep on his stomach. We start him off on his back, and he always rolls his
He
stomach.
always rolls over. Yeah, I mean, just make sure that there's no loose bedding that he can get around his face, because that's where. I mean, SIDS is because they block their breathing. It's like they stop breathing.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we don't have the bumper anymore on this crib.
Yeah, you know, or
Is that
blanket
raining
that
with
he
the
can
sun
get
out?
wrapped around in. Just put him more in, pajamas that'll
I
keep
knew
him
I
warm.
should
Don't need
Yeah.
to
put my
cover so
umbrella down.
much.
Yeah, he's never had covered
Doesn't
since hot
rain.
nature, like I said. So.
He's pretty much old enough now, or big enough now that he probably flip around and stop
Oh
breathing.
yeah, within 30 minutes he flips.
Got a load of shavings in the back of our truck. That ain't good for you. I guess this is what you would call a sun shower, right?
Devil beat his wife.
Devil beating his wife.